I already had the needle yesterday. Why again?
They won't tell us why. How am I supposed not to fear the worst?
My father was ready for surgery. Then the report never came, and everything stopped.
They were not alone. At 7 that morning, a diagnostic laboratory began calling patients back. 153 people had to give blood again. Some had traveled, some had fasted, some would lose another day of work. No reports had been released. Nobody had been diagnosed. But every family was left with the same question. What had the laboratory found? Dr. Kavya Menon was reviewing an overnight report that did not match the patient's history. Several findings had changed sharply, with nothing suggesting he was seriously ill. Kavya checked the analyzer, found no fault, and ordered the retained tube tested again. The same findings returned. Then she opened another flagged report, and another. Different patients, the same problem. Every suspicious result came from one batch, HC-2048. Kavya reached for the emergency phone.
The result may be accurate, but if the tube belongs to someone else, accuracy becomes dangerous.
Kavya reported multiple repeatable results that conflicted with patient histories and shared one batch. Nikhil blocked the batch, stopped further processing, and held every result before release.
A P0 doesn't mean the system is down. It means leaving it running could make the harm irreversible.
Nikhil opened the bridge. Riya, Arjun and Meera joined from home, looking as though the alert had pulled them straight out of sleep. Kavya took one look at the screen. You guys look good. Nikhil barely reacted. Walk us through what you've got. The team started with the obvious suspects. 3 analyzers. Different reagent lots. No shared equipment failure. Whatever had happened, it wasn't coming from a single machine. Kavya recognized several patients from their earlier reports. One result did not fit the patient named on it, but it matched the history of the patient collected immediately after them. She checked another pair, then another. The same relationship kept repeating through the batch. The mismatch followed the collection sequence. Kavya went to inspect the retained tubes.
Earlier, labels were printed and checked one sample at a time. To handle larger batches faster, the lab printed them together in registration order.
Kavya followed the labels across the retained rack. Then she stopped. 2 adjacent tubes carried the same label, L-70143. The next was L-70144, then L-70145. One duplicate had shifted everything that followed. Kavya photographed the rack and sent it to the bridge.
Registration writes the sample to the database. Printing is separate. The application publishes a print command to Kafka, and the label service consumes it and sends it to the printer. Creating the sample and requesting its label were 2 separate writes. The database could succeed even if we weren't sure Kafka had.
Riya found 186 sample records in the database. Arjun queried the Kafka stream through KSQLDB. There were 187 print events for the batch. One more than the number of registered samples. He isolated the extra event.
The database insert happened once. The first print message reached Kafka, but its acknowledgement never made it back. So the application assumed the publish had failed and retried. The retry had a new message ID, but the same label request. The consumer processed both.
After the recall, the team changed the workflow in 3 places. The same duplicate request would now be challenged 3 times. First, Kafka producer Idempotency reduced duplicate records caused by transport retries. Second, the label service checked the label ID itself. If L-70143 had already been printed, it would not be printed again. Third, the laboratory scanner would not accept the same label twice in the batch. A duplicate could now be stopped before it shifted the next tube.
Luckily, it never reached the next batch. 153 people had to be recalled. After that, the team hardened the system so this could not happen again.